Mike's candidacy for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean, I would vote for him for sure. He would be well deserved to be in there. Brett's in there, Ron Wolf's in there, so you get the third part of that group that had such a big influence on the success there is Mike Holmgren. So things changed when he came there, and I thought, you know, every year we were there, we were competitive. Went to a couple Super Bowls. So I think what I took from him was I thought he was a tremendous leader. I thought he was a brilliant guy offensively, but he also had a good feel for both sides of the ball. He understood how important special teams was. I love the way he handled the players. He was tough enough on them, but on the other hand, he, you know, cared about them as guys. So, yeah.
Good morning, Andy. Curious how practice went yesterday, but also how practice maybe this week differs from the regular season, and that you've already installed the game plan.
Yeah, Adam. So practice went good yesterday. We're just going back through and trying to polish things up here this week. Still working hard, but we're going to polish things up from last week, and it'll be a normal late season Thursday today. So,
Coach, here for La Perrada, Mexico. Ever since you got Patrick Mahomes, you've beaten Vic Fangio run defenses 9 out of 9 times. What are the intricacies in his game that make you to have such a clear upper hand over him? Or is there like anything you'd like to share about that, or is it just the fact that you have Patrick Mahomes and he doesn't?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to have Patrick Mahomes. So I don't want to. I'm not going to slight that part. He's a great player. Will go down, I'm sure, as he finishes his career. He's still young in this thing, but as he finishes his career, he'll be one of the greats to, if not the greatest, to have done it. But so that definitely helps. I don't want to slight the coaches and his teammates. He's got some good players that he's able to deal the ball to, and whether it's throwing it to him or handing it to him, those big offensive linemen that are helping him out, he appreciates those guys. Took him out to a nice steak dinner the other night, so he appreciates all those guys. And then he's been blessed to have some good defenses that support the other side of him there. So it takes a group, but he's definitely a great one. Yes.
Coach, Taylor LeWan, Bussin' with the Boys.
This side here.
Oh.
Right here. Oh, right here in front. I got guys raising their hand.
Recently, on an episode of Bussin' with the Boys, John Gruden said that you were his biggest rival when it came to play calling in Green Bay. For you, at your point in your career, who do you think is your biggest rival from another head coach standpoint?
Play calling wise, like defensively or offensively?
Either one.
Yeah. Well, this guy we're playing this week is a pretty good defensive coordinator. And I feel like I can't get rid of him. It seems like every year he's once or twice or 3 times he's there, and he does a great job. And then I always say Bill Belichick is probably the best coach I've ever had a chance to go against, and you know, my career as a head coach. So you know, and then I've enjoyed watching the Lions this year and the job that their offensive coordinator did there, and now he's the head coach at Chicago. You're doing good though, man. Yeah.
Andy, over here. As a historian of the game with the Hall of Fame selection, Jim Tyre, the legendary Texan in chief that played offensive lineman, one of the greatest players to not be in the Hall of Fame according to plenty of people. Just as a historian of the game, your thoughts on his impact and if you think he should be worthy of that selection.
I missed the first part of it.
Jim Tyre.
Yeah.
Jim Tyre. Yeah.
Yeah. So you see these guys that get slighted a bit. That aren't in the Hall of Fame. I mean, there's some older guys that with their records, whether it was shortened by war or whatever, that they haven't been able to get in. His is a unique story. But I think if you just take the purity of his play, I think he probably, he should be in the Hall of Fame. So if you kind of exclude the other things, he should be in there for sure.
Good morning, Coach. A couple of years ago, Chad Henne went out on top winning a Super Bowl ring as Patrick Mahomes' backup. What did Chad bring to the quarterback room, in terms of experience, and how much did he help out Patrick Mahomes? And then the second part of the question relates to Carson Wentz. You brought him in. He's at a different stage of his career, has an opportunity to learn behind Patrick Mahomes, but yet I talked to him yesterday. He has a wonderful attitude about where he's at in his career because he's resurrected it. And what does he bring to the quarterback room?
Yeah. Chad was a pleasure to have been around, great leadership ability. I thought he was great for Patrick, just to have a sounding board. And then when he got in the game, everybody had confidence in him. So he came in some tough situations, and we didn't feel we had to change a whole lot of things when he stepped in. So it was great. I mean, great kid. As far as Wentz goes, I basically say the same things there. He just hasn't had that opportunity necessarily to step in with the ones yet. But he's a great kid, works hard. I joke to him about his size. He's a huge kid, and if he can't play quarterback, I throw him in at tight end. So he's a good one, good kid.
Andy, in the Super Bowl, the fact that you're playing in a game of this importance, does it change your aggressiveness on fourth down in the red zone and how you handle OT?
Yeah, well, you know as well as I do, Philly stays aggressive on their fourth downs. And they've got a good offense. So I think on the other side of that, you do the same. You'd stay aggressive within reason on fourth downs. We've done that throughout the season, but that really ups itself when you're playing against a good team that likewise does it.
Coach, obviously making it to the Super Bowl is a very big deal. How do you balance enjoying the Super Bowl, enjoying the 2-week lead up, but then also keeping it, business when it comes to practice and everything like that, not only individually as a player, but also as a team?
Yeah, you understand that it's about the game. It's not about all of this. It's important for you guys, and it's important for the league and the fans for this. But the most important thing for the football players and coaches is that you function well in the biggest game of the year. And you want to do that every week. But the magnitude of this is there are two teams standing, so we all know that. And you're playing for a championship there. So it's important that you focus in on the game plan, how you handle it, so you can master it by the time you get to Sunday.
Coach, right here. Over the years, the speedster/deep threat wide receiver has been an integral part of your offense, from Tyreek to McColl and now Xavier and Hollywood. Why do you think this type of player has been so critical for your offense?
We've got a good blend of speed and some possession type receivers, if you put them in that box. And then they all complement each other. So to have those guys around Kels, it helps Kels's game. To have DeAndre, Juju, those guys help, and Watson, they help the speed guys too. The speed guys help them. So it's different pitches, if you look at it this way, different pitches that you can throw at a defense. And it allows you to get a little deeper down the field and stretch it vertically there.
Coach, what have been some of your expectations and goals for the players in practice this week? Some specific ones.
Yeah, well, the main one is just go back and make sure we polish up the game plan. And sometimes you can get caught up in, when you're back home, hey, listen, we have another week to get ready. Well, no, that's not where we're at. So right now it's Thursday before the game, and you got to up the concentration level and make sure that you keep things fine-tuned here.
So I did want to
Donc voilà, c'est coach équipe Kansas là, qui t'a fourni des détails sur plan de jeu, yo, sur disposition que yo prend, côté équipe la sortie, objectif que yo gagné, et puis stratégie que yo va utiliser, monde que li gagne à disposition, quarterback li en qui est-ce que lié, l'histoire qui marquait cette équipe de Kansas qui pral fait l'histoire dans un sens ou capable dire équipe là il pral jouer pour un tripit, c'est pour un repeat mais son tué côté que équipe Kansas là avec Patrick Mahomes li temps fait déjà 2 victoires là côté que monsieur capable tourner lui-même une gros quarterback et tout malgré size li. Eh bien, monsieur sonne qui gagne en pile football dans meni, alors que football là ça a pied quel jeu temps de me dire non parce que ballon est plus contrôlé par la main en lieu et place au pied, donc c'est différent ça que football américain lui gagne par rapport à football à proprement parler le soccer. D'accord? Et nous allons gagner nos titans équipe filié en tout puisque coach va gagner pour le fournir des détails même comment qu'elle ouais je temps mais pas oublier Super Bowl là était un plus gros événement sportif ici aux États-Unis, c'est ça qui fait d'ailleurs c'est Homeland Security qui est responsable pour organisation en matière de sécurité dès qu'il s'agit des United States, mais dans la Louisiana encore son le bagaille parce que et son site qui fait objet un pile menace, donc monsieur a préparé monsieur a préparé pour un gros événement côté que la police la présent surtout dans le moment ça où déjà et que gagne un pile activité la police, donc restez branché n'a venu avec un pile information pour